Hi Capricorn, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today is your year ahead, excuse me, 2017 year ahead reading. This is done in the style of the live spread. You'll probably remember, some of you guys who saw that live spread last year, that it was done in 6 month halves. So I think I did one that was maybe I think it went from sort of December 2015 actually until the middle of 2016, then up until the end of the year. The second one was, well, I've decided to do the live spread now, just covering the whole of 2017. So this is just like a small snapshot overview of 5 areas of your life in 2017. So we're going to be focusing on your personal situation, your career, your home life, your love life, and also what I call the future area. But really, this is sort of the overall thing that's happening in that fifth section. So really, this is kind of the running theme, I believe, through the year. That you guys will have to kind of deal with, I feel. Some of you guys, it might occur at the end of 2017. Some of you guys, the last section, which is called the future section, really should be the overall section, because it kind of is the running theme, or it will probably be the running theme for you guys throughout the year. So we're using the Rider-Waite, the Radiant Rider-Waite, and there's not much difference. Well, there isn't any difference between the normal Rider-Waite, except that this is on far more glossier paper card. Also, alongside that, we're looking at the Anchor section. Now, the Anchor is 7 cards, 7 majors. All the Anchor section is made up of the major arcanas. Major arcanas hold greater weight for long-term situations, so that's why this is made up of the major arcana. And now, what happens with the anchors is that for each section we have an anchor card, a major arcana card. We shuffle the cards, lay down 7. Say, for example, you've got your personal situation. The anchor card that represents your personal situation also represents the foundation, so things that you'll be focusing on in the year 2017. But the personal situation anchor card also focuses on the overall outcome, so where a situation should be heading. So, for example, if your personal situation shows love and it doesn't look very good, then, and if we've got, say, for example, the star in the outcome of the anchor section, it should say, well, there'll be healing that's going to occur, or things aren't as bad as you think, or, things are looking up for you. Maybe you let go of someone and things are actually looking up afterwards. So I'll show you what I mean when we get started. Let's just shuffle the cards. Universe Spirit, show me. Show me what's coming in for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the year 2017. I want to look at Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in 5 areas of their lives, and also the advice card for the year for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Show me what's coming in for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in the year 2017. The areas, please, Universe, Spirit, I'd like you to focus on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising signs is their personal situation, their careers, their home lives, their love lives, and also the future section, which can also be seen as the running theme throughout the year for Capricorns. And also show me the advice card. Show me. So we've shuffled on that and I've meditated on the cards. Splitting the deck into 3, Capricorn. I'm going to collect that back up. And what we're going to do now is put down the personal situation first. Now, the first card, these areas come in groups of 4. So the first card is called the key card. And the key card, what that does is it shows you the energy that you might be experiencing around this area. So your personal situation. Same thing for career, same thing for home, love, future, etc., etc. It's the energies, or people, or the energies, or maybe a situation you're going to be experiencing. And then the final 3 cards within this section, within this group, should show either a message that the universe wants you to know, or how something's going to kind of go, what could be included in that situation. And this card here, especially the end card, should show how that is going to work out. But remember, the anchor card is the overall outcome. We're going to look at your careers. So we'll just push that up a little bit here. Your careers. Your home lives. I hope you guys can see that. Your love lives. And also future stroke, the running theme throughout the year, as I call it. And this is the advice card. Okay. And then we're going to shuffle for the anchor cards. Okay. They're really important because it shows the overall outcome in a particular section. Okay, so universe spirit, show me the outcome for the 5 areas. Also, the fifth card to show what their wish will be for a lot of the Capricorns, how they're wishing the year would go in these areas, and also the overall outcome in card number 7. So, show me the overall outcome for, and also the foundation card for the personal situation, overall outcome for career, overall outcome in card number 4. For it's also seen as the central theme card, but the overall outcome for home life, overall outcome in card number 3 for love, and overall outcome for future situation as well in card number 6. Show me. Okay, so we're going to separate the deck into 3. And what we're going to put down first is the foundation card, and we'll always start the reading with that one anyway. This is also your overall outcome for your personal situation. Overall outcome, where everything is heading for career, for love, home life, your wish section, where you're wishing everything will head in the year 2017. Your overall outcome for future, the running theme through the year, card number 6, and the where everything is heading overall in card number 7. Okay, let's make a start on the foundation. What's going to be the focus of the year? Well, the world is a lovely card to come up for you guys. The world card is about many things. Remember, the tarot is multifaceted. It never, you can't just say that a card will mean one thing. It would be ridiculous to think within the tarot that a card means one thing, because it means many things, okay? So for some of you guys, it might be that in the year 2017, your world will be about your focus will be about making breakthroughs, because the world card can be a card about limitations. The world card is as far as you can go, because it's the last card in the major arcana, and when you reach the world, it's like there's a ceiling there, and then you have to sort of start the journey all over again. Remember, this card is very much based on changing cycles. So you come to the end of a journey. Some of you guys might learn a fair few lessons through the year 2017, because the world is about learning lessons. Remember, we start off with the Fool card 0, and the Fool goes on a journey through the major arcanas, and he meets all sorts of people: the Magician, the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Hermit, Strength. All these people he meets, and he learns a valuable lesson from them. So for some of you guys, it might be that in the year 2017 there are many lessons that you're going to be learning via the world card that's going to make you far more stronger, far more knowledgeable than you ever were before. For some of you guys, this will be a year of great accomplishments, because the world means to make a great accomplishment. It means the biggest accomplishment, the biggest achievement that you can possibly make. So this card shows that when you're being awarded something, great rewards coming your way. When you are reaching a state of huge popularity. So there could be popularity, there could be recognition. The world is also a card where we're reaching a point of recognition for the work that we do for others, whether it's in a work situation, whether it's family, whether it's just giving off oneself. So this is a card of huge recognition. Some of you guys might be experiencing or focusing on things like great success within your life. You might want to achieve the world. Some of you guys, it might be travel in the year 2017. That might be a major focus. So this card is a beautiful card to get as the foundation for your lives, because the world card is the best card in the tarot really that you can get. Sometimes it does talk about limitations, and sometimes it means that if there are limitations within your world, Capricorn, then you're going to need to break the boundaries. So sometimes this card is about breaking boundaries, especially if you get it with something like the Tower. Major shifts within your world. You're making some huge strides, some huge steps forward. You're trying to kind of create something of magnitude with this card. So this is what I feel the focus will be for some of you guys in the year 2017. Let's have a look what's going on around your personal situation. What's the general energy that some of you guys could be experiencing? While the High Priestess is interesting, it comes up. Some of you guys, there might be a secret that you're dealing with. It might be that there are many revelations, and that would probably run in tune with the overall outcome being the world, because if there are things that are being revealed to you, The High Priestess, remember, represents, it can represent a secret, or it can represent that something is being revealed to you. Something is opening up. Some of you guys will be getting in touch more with your psychic and mental, psychic, spiritual abilities, because that's what the High Priestess is. It is a passive card within the tarot, but it's passive for a reason, because you take the time out of interaction with not just with people, but just with situations, drama. The High Priestess doesn't get involved in drama. She'd rather sit it out, and she'd rather wait to allow her intuition to tell her exactly what to do. So for some of you guys, it might be that this could be a person around you, potentially. High Priestess can also represent a person, somebody who's got a lot of secrets, a lot of things that they're not talking about. If this is you guys, the experience I feel with the High Priestess in terms of your personal situation, Capricorn, is to really kind of gain some form of inner knowledge around a situation. It might be a situation that does need some resolution. If the overall outcome is the world it says it's going to be achieved, okay, you make that huge breakthrough. This is not a card of limitation, I don't feel, in the overall outcome when we've got this High Priestess card here. Not unless we've got things like the Hanged Man in the overall outcome, because that can mean, for me, the overall outcome says that there could be a limitation. But so far, the overall, I feel that the energies that you guys are going to be experiencing within 2017 in your personal situation, some of you guys might be wanting to sit and wait before you make a decision, because this is what the High Priestess is, number 2 within the major arcanas, and we know that the number 2s represent status, balance, imbalance, evaluation, procrastination, indecision, making decisions. So it's always about creating a balance. So some of you guys might be in your personal situation just waiting to see what type of balance you can create in a situation here. This isn't the card about running gung-ho. It's not a Knight of Swords card. It's a card about being very, very careful and cautious about the decisions that you make, because you're needing clarity. You can see the 2 pillars here with the High Priestess. One is dark, one is light. I think this is Joaz and this is Boakim. So from darkness through to light. The dark pillar is the darkness, the light pillar is the light. So from darkness through to light. Some of you guys might be seeking some form of clarity in an area of your personal situation here, which means that you don't necessarily take action. It might be time to start revealing something, or even to start opening up with the High Priestess. For some of you guys, you might need to be paying very, very strong attention and to your intuition, or to what your inner ear, the inner voice of God, is telling you with this card. So let's see what's underneath the High Priestess for your personal situation, Capricorn. Well, we have Justice, the 4 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. It's an interesting grouping of cards here, because we can see, as I've said at the top of the reading, your general energy is going to be the High Priestess for your personal situation. So some of you guys will be passively waiting, because that's what the High Priestess is. It's about a situation in which you just kind of wait. This can be somebody who waits and watches television, High Priestess, trust me. If we're looking at tarot in the real world, in 21st century life, the High Priestess can be somebody who's just sitting watching TV program, and they're absorbing all of the images, the storyline, the messages of the TV program. One day I did a reading on myself to ask how my day would go. This was ages ago, and I got the High Priestess and the 10 of Swords, and it happened through the day. I was watching a show on a woman that had been killed, and it deeply affected me. So this can be somebody who's deeply affected, and I knew that day it was me who was absorbing the energies through this TV program of the 10 of Swords, somebody being killed, and it was by a knife. It was actually on a drama show where a woman had been killed by a knife. So, you know, trust me, it's 21st century, okay? Try and look at the cards if you can in the 21st century way. Sometimes this is just somebody who's doing nothing. It's just sitting, doing nothing, waiting. So I feel for some of you guys it might be. Let's not try and look at the tarot as if it's some, 13th century or whatever it is, 14th century archaic tool. It's not. It started centuries and centuries ago, but at the end of the day, it is very much, we're nearly in 2017, Capricorn. So we've got to look at the cards in a 21st century way today. This can be sitting and waiting, High Priestess. So the energy might be, guys, that you are waiting here with this card. And the energies around this could be justice, big decision, on initial success of a project that's incomplete. If you think about the Four of Swords and what this means, the Four of Swords comes after the not Four of Swords, sorry, Four of Wands. If you look at the Four of Wands and what this card means, the Four of Wands can mean several things. It can mean family, happy family situation. It can mean a home. It can mean an office. It can mean a move. It can mean engagements. It can mean parties. It can mean a club. It can mean a dance. It can mean a holiday destination. It can mean a hotel. There's all sorts of things that you can look at with the Four of Wands that this can mean. But in its general meaning, it can also mean an initial success. So some of you guys, you might be waiting for a big decision with the Justice card over the initial success or the completion of a project that's incomplete. Because the Four of Wands is the initial success of a project, but what comes after the Four of Wands? Well, after the Four of Wands, this card is really saying that you'll achieve some initial success in a particular area, but there's more work to be done. And where is the work to be done? It's the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands says that these people are still working in completing something of magnitude. And then you've got the Six of Wands, which follows on from that and says, okay, finally, we've achieved something here. Then the Seven of Wands, I'm going to try and protect this now. I'm going to try and keep this up. There's still little things that need to be tweaked, this, that, and the other. So, the tarot really has a linear story to it. I feel that some of you guys, Capricorn, there is the energy of waiting with that High Priestess. Probably for news. High Priestess means a revelation. So this can also mean, remember, we can read these cards like a pyramid. At the top there is a secret here. What is that secret that needs to be revealed? Well, it's over a big decision, justice. Perhaps to do with your home. Could be home renovations. Look, home renovation. Could be a decision being made on home renovation. So some of you guys, it might be in your personal situation that you're waiting for a decision to come in about home renovations. Okay, you could swap these over, these two cards, and you could say decisions over renovating a home, or decisions that have been difficult are successful. Decisions that have been difficult are successful, because this is the successful card and this is the difficult card. Whatever you want to see the Five of Wands as, whether it's difficult communication, difficult relationships, or just five people that are constructing something. This can be about a house move, Five of Wands, people carrying furniture. The tarot is very, very intricate. It's not as easy or as straightforward as some people would have you believe. Seriously, really isn't. This is why it's good if you want to learn tarot, Capricorn, keep a journal, get yourself a pack of cards, ask the cards, how will my day go? Shuffle the cards, draw two to three cards from the top of the deck, see how your day goes and see how it correlates with the cards. That's how you start building up your meanings of the cards. Don't always stick with the one meaning. So I feel that, there's going to be a big decision, perhaps in home renovations, big decision in initial project, Four of Wands, that needs completion, the Five of Wands. Okay, for some of you guys, Justice and the Four of Wands can be a marriage card. Okay, because you get Justice, Two of Cups, Justice, Ten of Pentacles, Justice, Ten of Cups. They can easily relate to some form of a marriage, that type of thing. Okay, but I feel that this is more about renovating something, and so a project needs some form of completion, and you're waiting on a decision on that in your personal situation. However, the overall outcome is great because it says that you do complete on it, because you've got the World showing as your overall outcome for this area. So it said the World is the card that represents completion in the tarot, because it's the last card in the major arcana. So it says you complete on this project, finally. This is finalised. The World can mean that you either complete on the project, or whatever this decision that you're waiting on, it's finalised here. You get your answer with the World card. And it usually means great accomplishment, great achievement. So it should really go well here. Let's have a look at your careers. Right, we've got the Nine of Wands that comes out here. Capricorn. The Nine of Wands means many things when it comes to career. This can mean that you are holding out for a promotion. Can mean that you're trying to defend your career. But it can also mean that you stand out from the rest. Because this person here holds on to one wand and they stand out. It can mean that you're holding on to an idea for dear life, that you really believe in something. It can mean determination within a career. So for some of you guys, you're going to be really determined. Some of you guys might be standing out from the rest. You might have, sometimes you get this card and it means that you uh, get the interest of others. Because it's a creative card, it can be to do with creative pursuits like writing, becoming a star, going for auditions, that type of thing. It's also the card of the test. So it can say that you have a test or you have an audition as well when you get this card in terms of career. What's coming underneath this, Capricorn? Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Tower. We were going to read this as a keywords. We could say this is you guys, Capricorn, because you're Pentacles. Capricorn holds back because the Four of Pentacles means to hold back. It means that you're afraid to come out of a comfort zone. Sometimes this means stable financial security, but it can also mean that you're holding on to your money. I feel that one of the ways that we could see this is that you might be holding back because a proposal has been made to you for a move. The Tower. Remember, there are certain cards that mean moving in the tarot. It doesn't have to just be a Knight of Wands. Okay? It doesn't have to be a Four of Wands. You can get cards like Death, Wheel of Fortune, all of those cards that show up the Fool, that all reference a move. The Tower is definitely a moving card, but when you get the Tower, it means that there's a huge shift. It means a huge change is coming in, and it might be uncomfortable because it might mean that you have to break apart a family situation or a friendship or a relationship with someone in order to pursue a particular area within your life. So I feel that some of you guys might hold back, Four of Pentacles, because this proposal in terms of your working life requires a major shift with that Tower card. For some of you guys, it could be stability comes through a new proposal or the proposal of a job, or it could be stability will come through a fresh start, which requires an upheaval with the Tower card, and the general energy is of the Nine of Wands. So for some of you guys, it could be that you stood out to some form of a recruiter or somebody who's been headhunting you, and they're offering you something quite secure and stable in terms of a job. It would require though a fresh start. That means a major upheaval. So it could mean that this job is going to be moving to another country, or it could be moving to the other side of the country that you're in, or it could mean that you move from one area in your career completely into another one. This card can also say, the general energies, I don't want to move. I want to stay with what I have. I'm holding on for dear life, because if you're holding on for dear life as well with the Nine of Wands, and you're protecting your territory and you're staying and you're not sort of giving up on what you have at the moment, it could mean that, and I'm pretty sure that this means because we've got these huge kind of fresh start major change cards. Ace of Cups is definitely a giveaway when we're looking at a proposal being made in terms of a job or a fresh start in terms of a job, and the Tower is definitely a giveaway when it talks about moving to another place, and it's a major sacrifice, major upheaval when you get that Tower card. So I feel that some of you guys will be a little bit anxious around your careers, because not because you're losing a job, but because you're gaining something here. But it's either that it's all really the same thing. It could be a stable job is proposed that will require a major upheaval with the Tower card, or stable job will give a fresh start and a major upheaval to your lives in 2017. But the energy around this is the Nine of Wands. Could be that you've stood out to someone, but also I feel that this is a case of that you're feeling very guarded with this Nine of Wands energy. What's the overall outcome for your career in 2017? The Hanged Man, and that would make sense. Some of you guys might be a little bit in limbo over whether to go for something new here that will require a major upheaval within your careers, possibly an upheaval to family life. Especially with the life spread, you can kind of put pieces together within the life spread. So it doesn't always mean with the life spread that the one area is sectioned off from the other. It can literally mean that there are very much. I did the Aries reading, and a lot of it was incredible how everything kind of said the same thing in all areas. So for some of you guys in your personal life, if you are not just waiting, but this can be the card of, actually, I'm not willing to do anything right now, I'm going to sit and wait. This can be literally that you're not waiting on somebody else, but you're waiting on yourself to make a decision, because it could be for some of you guys in your personal area that you are waiting because you're seeking clarity from darkness through to light with the High Priestess card, because a major decision needs to be made around the home. Four of Wands, that could lead with the Five of Wands to frustration and arguments. Five of Wands, this is frustration, arguments, conflicts, and that would tally up with your career if you're a little bit guarded, or if you're trying to hold on to what you've already built up within your home life, or within your personal life with your family, or with a lover, or whatever it is. And therefore you might be, holding back because a proposal has been made to you, but this would require an upheaval. So we could see how those two areas could easily gel together. And even though in this area here it says the overall outcome is the world, and the world could be that there is a changing cycle, it could be that you accomplish something of greatness here, it could be that there is some form of completion here. But also in the overall outcome for your careers, it says the Hanged Man. So some of you, even though you might be on the precipice of a great achievement here, possibly even if this was to move out into the world card, it does say in terms of career, the Hanged Man could be, well, I'm not sure. So I feel that, things are a little bit up in the air at the moment. I'm not sure whether I want to actually explore this. So I feel that I'm a little bit up in suspense at the moment. Don't know what to do. My hands are tied. This can be a card that represents my hands being tied on something. However, this can also be that the overall outcome is that you'll need to make some huge adjustments within your life. Capricorn, in the year 2017, because the Hanged Man means to adjust. It can also mean to surrender as well. So it might be that you surrender to whatever it is that's right for you to do in terms of your career. Let's have a look at what's going on in your home life. Right, so the energy is a King of Wands. Now, this is either a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries individual for the purposes of the general reading. Usually would be a Leo individual. So this could be a father figure. It could be a brother, could be a nephew, could be a son, could be anything, could be a lover. But there's an individual showing as who's going to be kind of a prevalent energy through 2017 in terms of your home lives. What's underneath this person? Could be a child, Page of Wands, but the Page of Wands can also mean messenger. So it could mean communication. Let's have a look at the other card. The Hierophant usually represents a commitment when you're all family values. When you get the Hierophant, it's about religious, spiritual, educational values, but it's also the card that represents conventional thinking. So it might be that there is communication in terms of maybe family values with this Hierophant. And where does this lead to? The Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands represents looking to the future, or waiting for our ships to come in. Often the Three of Wands, when you get cards that show hands holding onto certain area, onto wands or some form of instrument, it's like you get this Hierophant. Let me have a look what hand. Well, it's in his right hand that the Hierophant is holding on to this scepter thing here. So whenever you get cards, and the Page of Wands is also turning to the right. So this is all kind of looking to the future, I feel. I feel that there is communication over family values here, that with the Three of Wands could... it could be communication over family values regarding the future, because Three of Wands I often read as being a future card, and I feel that there is somebody here who's taking a stance. If this isn't a person, then this represents the word confidence and assertiveness. So some of you guys, if this is your energy, Capricorn, it will be the need to put your feet down in terms of the family ideology. And I feel that this Page of Wands is in relation maybe to communicating messages on family values, conventional family values, that can see possibly some changes maybe in the future with the Three of Wands, because this person looks to the future and they're waiting for their ships to come in. When you get the Three of Wands, this person is waiting for something to come to them. Okay, could be communication with the Hierophant. Leads to waiting with the Three of Wands. So it might be that this person could be somebody that you're waiting on to come and see you in terms of the home. It might be that this person is abroad. King of Wands we often see as somebody who travels the world as well. So this might be somebody who's literally traveling the world. And it might be that not just traveling the world, it might be that this person potentially needs a visa or something like that, because the Hierophant is not just about conventional family values, it's also to do with agencies of the law. So, things like governmental agencies, people who sanction things, and the Hierophant sanctions things. So you can see the way that he's holding his scepter and his hand up, and there's two people before him. He's sanctioning and he's ordaining. This is the type of person that does christenings and weddings and that type of thing. They can be a religious person, but they can also be somebody from the government, like a justice of the peace, that type of thing. I feel that communication here is the Page of Wands. Communicating with the Hierophant over, perhaps with that Three of Wands, a waiting period. Waiting for ships to come in, waiting for something. Communication with the Hierophant will require waiting or require patience with that Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands is about patience as well, because this person is waiting for something to come to them. And it might be that the energy with that King of Wands, it could be if this person is your partner, maybe they're doing their communication over something regarding something abroad, perhaps, with these cards. Three of Wands often can be the card that we are making internet. There's something about international connections. So it could be communication with the Hierophant over something international, or that requires um, international relations, or international um, long distance as well. I think of as a word for the Three of Wands. But more than anything with the Three of Wands, I feel that this is a waiting card. So I do feel that there will be communication with the Hierophant over a waiting period, perhaps. And it could be that the King of Wands is making this communication in terms of the family situation, maybe a partner, friend, husband, wife, whatever it is. Or it could be that this is the person that's very much a strong energy. Maybe this is the person that you're waiting to come and see you in 2017, Capricorn. But there's something with an international flavour here as well. For some of you guys, it could be a child. Page of Wands is often a child that needs leadership, the Hierophant, in the future, Three of Wands. So the King of Wands might be somebody that you're speaking with. They might be the Hierophant individual. The Hierophant can be a institution as well, an educational institution. So it might be that there is a child an educational institution, the Hierophant, or a child that needs guidance in the future with that Three of Wands. So you could easily be communicating maybe with a school in 2017, a really good school, in order to kind of put your child in there or something like that. You might be looking at schools, education, and environments for your children, that type of thing, Capricorn, in the year 2017. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is for your home situation, and it's here. Justice, brilliant. So for some of you guys, justice means that you get rewarded, or it means that something comes full circle. And justice and the Hierophant really do tally up very well for me, because this is somebody who sanctions something and they make decisions here. And the justice card says to me that the decision goes in your favour. So there's a decision here. The overall outcome says the decision goes in your favour. And I'm pretty sure that this is a decision that you're waiting on. Because for some of you guys, it might be around a King of Wands energy, a person that you're waiting to come, but maybe they need visa, maybe they need some form of documentation. And it could be that you're communicating with the Hierophant over a waiting period, Three of Wands. How long is it going to take to get the visa through for this person? Or how long will it take for them to arrive in the country, that type of thing. If it's a child, then I feel that this child here, this King of Wands could be the partner who's taking control of the situation. It might be that there is a child who needs guidance in the future, and it might be that you're looking to put your child into some form of educational institution, and therefore it says in the overall outcome you get that. You get the child into the particular school of your dreams, or the school that you feel that they should be in, with the Justice card. Very, very good reading for your home life section. Let's have a look at your love life section, Capricorn. While Five of Swords can say disagreements, it can also talk about power games, though. The Five of Swords, in terms of love, and this is for love, this is the overall energy that you're going to be experiencing, can say that you feel in charge of the relationship, Capricorn, but it can also say that you feel powerless amidst somebody else. Let's have a look at what the energies are around this, Capricorn. Right, well, we do have a relationship here. So the Two of Cups relationship, possibly a person here with the Knight of Wands. He's facing the Two of Cups as well. So it could be a relationship with the Knight of Wands. I hope you guys can see that. Let's try and get these cards in a bit. So relationship with the Knight of Wands is powerful or is magical, because the Magician can mean magical. But I don't understand why we've got the Five of Swords here, because the Five of Swords is not a great card. And, you know, in terms of relationships, not unless you're under the illusion that this is a relationship that's powerful. This is the general energy here. Okay, and the thing with the tarot is sometimes we want to read cards or turn them into something that they're not, so it fits in with everything else. And that's kind of the wrong thing to do, because you come to the wrong outcome. The Five of Swords is typically a card about mind games, but it's also a card that says you're going to need to make a compromise. If this card here, as a general energy, is saying that a relationship in your lives, Capricorn, in the year 2017 is showing signs of one person having more power than the other, then it could say the general energy could be that you guys are having to make some form of a compromise here. And if you're having to make some form of a compromise, even though I would have expected to see maybe Temperance show up as the card to show compromise, the general energy is a back and forth thing. Somebody feels smug, somebody's taking the piss, somebody's playing mind games here. And underneath that, a relationship with the Knight of Wands is magical. Well, I'm not going to read this as magical. I'm going to say it's perhaps an illusion, because the Magician card represents an illusion, smoke screens. The Magician isn't just about creating something of power. Remember, with the tarot, try and read cards. Cards will change their meanings according to whatever else they're in with. So it could be that, you know, I feel that there might be the energy might be one of being back and forth, some form of, how can we say with the Five of Swords? One moment feeling powerful, next minute not. Sometimes this is the card of petty arguments, but I don't feel that this is so much petty arguments. I just feel that this is really saying that the energy around some of your love lives in the year 2017, Capricorn, will be one of that puts you at a slight disadvantage, because the Five of Swords is about being at a disadvantage, especially if you're this person here. This can represent jealousy, though, as well. So, you know, it might be that you're experiencing some form of jealousy around your relationship, because maybe the relationship with the Knight of Wands is magical with the Magician. So we could read it like that. I feel if the relationship with the Knight of Wands, this could be a Sagittarius individual in your life. Doesn't have to be simply a fire sign, but doesn't have to be at all as well. Doesn't have to be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It can mean that this is a pretty sexy individual, and you're having the best time with that Magician card. Sometimes the Magician means that you meet a soulmate, but don't always look at textbook meanings for these cards. It's pointless. It really, really is. It just depends. If I had maybe the Magician, the World, and the Two of Cups, I could say maybe there's a soulmate sort of thing going on here, but I don't feel that this is a soulmate relationship. I just feel that there might be some jealousy, that the energy might be around some of your relationships, jealousy with that Five of Swords, and that's because underneath that, there is a relationship with a pretty sexy individual, Knight of Wands, that is magical. So you're having the best time, and maybe there's a third spoke in the wheel. Maybe there's somebody that doesn't like it. Okay, and which is why you've got the Five of Swords. Okay, maybe you and your partner are feeling shunned by this individual because they're trying to take advantage, or they're playing mind games, or they're gossiping. This can be the card of gossip as well. Also, it could be that for some of you guys, with this Five of Swords energy, if there is a little bit of an up and down thing going on within your relationships, you're both playing mind games, you're both playing games with each other, you're not being straight, it could be that a relationship with the Knight of Wands is an illusion with the Magician card. Okay? So it could be that there's a little bit of a smoke screen, I guess. Not a lot of people will probably interpret it like that, but the Magician does represent a smoke screen, because the Magician is about our ideas, massive ideas that we create in our heads. Okay, that's how you start the manifestation process. by having an idea and wanting to explore on that. But you need to put things into action. It could be that a relationship, Two of Cups with a Knight of Wands, is all talk, for example. The Magician can be all talk, he's a great speaker, great communicator. So it could be that a relationship with a Knight of Wands is all talk, and maybe that's where the conflict comes in with the Five of Swords, that somebody is doing something, but they're not following it through. Because the Magician can be a great, remember, he represents ideas, manifestation, but also very strongly fast talking, quick talker. He's not in the reverse, so he's not a con man. You know, this person is not a con man. They're not out to do you any real harm, but it might be a bit of a wide boy, especially if you look at the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands can be somebody who likes to, as I always say, depart but never arrive. They like to do what they want to do. All right, they don't want to stick around. And usually if you get the Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands, it can mean that this is a fleeting relationship. Relationship is fleeting, because the Knight of Wands represents something that's really quick, but as soon as it comes in, it goes out again. It's like a quick flame. So it could be a relationship with a quick flame, or a quick relationship. Or Knight of Wands is fleeting. Two of Cups is relationship. Fleeting relationship with a Magician. Okay, so relationship is fleeting with a Magician. All right. And that the energy might be that you're not really seeing eye to eye. Somebody's taking the piss or somebody's taking advantage. So we can see it in many ways this love reading. We can say that either maybe there'll be some jealousy around your relationships for some of you guys, because the relationship with the Knight of Wands, sexy individual, is magical. You're having the best time. Maybe somebody's jealous of that. They don't like it in your life. They wish they had the same thing. It could also mean that a relationship is fleeting with a Magician, in which the Five of Swords energy, maybe this Magician is taking advantage. Maybe they're not completely, they're not giving you completely what you want. You want more of a commitment, but they don't want to so much commit. It can also mean, for me, relationship is fleeting because of illusion with the Magician, or relationship with the Knight of Wands is all talk, the Magician card. Okay, so somebody's got lots of ideas, but they're not quite doing much about them. Okay, and this can cause the friction here. What's going on in terms of your love life? What's the overall outcome for this? Well, it's the Fool. How interesting. And the Fool card means to start again, begin again. But it can also mean, in terms of love, non-commitment, non-committal individual. This can mean that I feel that if there is a relationship here, Capricorn, and I feel that if there is jealousy around this relationship, jealousy because of a relationship with the Knight of Wands is magical. I feel that the overall outcome is the Fool. You'll have a good time, but the Fool represents quick relationships. It doesn't represent long-lasting relationships, this card. This is the card of reckless abandonment. So I feel there'll be great sex. I feel that you'll have a good time with this individual, but I don't see anything long-term in the overall outcome with the Fool card. I feel that if there is disagreements with this Five of Swords, mind games, power games being played here, somebody's taking the piss, they're taking advantage, therefore the relationship is fleeting with the Magician. It means, for me, the overall outcome is somebody's not going to commit. The Fool card is not a card about committing to anything or anyone. It's a card of the Jack the Lad, and we see two Jack the Lads here, Knight of Wands, the Fool. They're both the same sort of thing when it comes to relationships. I feel that if the relationship with the Knight of Wands is all talk, again, it's this type of person saying to you, yeah, let's go out, let's go out and do this, that, and the other, and then I'll pick you up at 8, and then at 7:30 I'm not coming because of this, that, and the other. I'm not going to be at your house. I'm not going to show. So this could be just somebody who's all talk, okay? So, it's not to put a dampener on your love relationships, Capricorn. It doesn't happen for everyone. Some of you are in perfectly good relationships, I'm sure, and you're quite happy. But I do feel that this reading is saying on all fronts that relationships you can have a great summer relationship, for example. Okay? Great summer relationship with a particular person. All right? But I feel that, great time, makes you feel alive, makes you feel really, really good. But in the long term, it doesn't really have anywhere to go. And it's the same for somebody who's a bit of, who isn't committed. Knight of Wands, I do not read as a commitment individual. It could be as well that around, for some of you guys, you might meet somebody within the work environment, because the Knight of Wands can mean to meet somebody whilst traveling or within work. So it could be a relationship starts at work with the Knight of Wands and has potential with the Magician card, in which the outcome with the Fool card means that you'll be at the start of a journey. All right, you'll be taking a risk on this person. There'll be the sense of abandonment. Well, you only live once, might as well just try it, go for it. And that might be the energy of the Five of Swords, some form of jealousy from co-workers around that, potentially. But in the main, I feel with this Fool card on the overall outcome, I don't really trust the Fool when it comes to love, because I feel that the Fool is young and reckless and isn't really looking at the long term, but is just living for the day. Okay, day to day. So it might be for some of you guys, there is a relationship that starts up here, might be shrouded in a little bit of disagreement with that Five of Swords or even jealousy. But the Fool card for me in the overall outcome says this is a day to day thing. You have to take it one step at a time. Let's have a look at what's going on in your future area here. And this is not just the future area, but sort of the running theme through the year, I feel. Okay, so the Five of Cups shows up as the general energy to say that some of you guys might be feeling some sadness. Therefore, there might be the risk of some sort of loss here. The Five of Cups can often means that you desire to have something back. So sometimes this is the card of broken friendships, because there's three cups lying on the floor there. There's three cups that are downturned, Capricorn, and it's about focusing on the past rather than the future. So some of you guys might be focusing on an area within your life to do with the past rather than the future. It might also be in the future position, or the running theme is that through the year that there will be some sadness about the potential. Could refer to this area here, also the personal situation and also the working situation here. Okay. Possibly here as well in the home life, especially if this King of Wands is a partner or something like that, and there's communication over your commitment in the future. Three of Wands. So yeah, I didn't read that one actually. Yeah, it could be that the energy in your home life is a person, King of Wands, and it could be that there is communication over the commitment in the future. So how the relationship is going to pan out in the future. Some of you guys in the sort of running theme through 2017, there could be something to do with loss here with the Five of Cups. Let's have a look what's going on around that. Well, the Queen of Cups energy. The Queen of Cups says healing. But it also says using one's intuition. But also, it's very much, I love this card because when you get the Queen of Cups, and this isn't you, Capricorn, could be a person that's involved in this situation. But, I feel that more than anything, this card is about inner healing and getting to know oneself again. And it's finding emotional solutions. But it can also mean that there's very much an emotional attachment to something within your world, and you're possibly focusing on that. And what else is coming up? Oh, the Four of Cups. Queen of Cups disappointed with, what's the other card? The Empress. That doesn't make any sense to me. Let me just have a little think about these energies here. We've got a Queen of Cups here, and we've got an Empress at the end. And the Empress means growth and fertility. Four of Cups is a card about being selective. So it says, I don't want this because it will turn out like everything else. Okay, so when you get the Four of Cups, it's, I don't want something that's handed to me. But it can also mean I'm rejecting something here. I feel that some of you guys are making sacrifices, and it could be in terms of sacrifices for your health. Because it could be that this isn't you. Queen of Cups is usually Cancerian, but I feel that reading this as an energy card, it could be that you're emotionally considering giving up. For some of you guys, it might be giving up drink to obtain some form of health situation here, because the Empress represents health, vitality, feeling really good, feeling lively. Might be for some of you guys, the sadness will be around having to give something up. It could be because you have something better. Empress, motherhood. Some of you guys might be considering motherhood. So maybe, nobody really reads the Four of Cups as giving up drink. But if you think about it, this person has three cups here, and that they've downturned, that are still full. funnily enough. But they're not focusing on the three cups and they're not focusing on the one cup. So sometimes this can mean I'm giving up drink, I feel. This looks like the card of giving something up, but you're giving it up because of the Empress. Okay. I feel that there's the general energy is showing loss, and we've got three cups downturned here. All right, and it's funny how the three cups are upstanding here, but they're downturned here. But this is the story underneath why some of you guys through the year are going to be feeling a little bit sad or a little bit bereft, or feeling some sense of sadness or loss. Remember, it's a pip card, so it can be a small energy as well. So some of you guys will be feeling a little bit of sadness. And around that, it says that the message is the Queen of Cups. It could be that you're being intuitive or you're following your intuition. So it might be that you follow your intuition. You're being selective because of the Empress. It could be that you're following your intuition in terms of what you need to give up with that Four of Cups in order to be healthy, happy and vital in 2017. So I do feel, in terms of these cards here, there's definitely the sense of having to give something up, because in order to improve your life, Capricorn, I feel in the year 2017, there will be things that you will need to sacrifice. And I'm definitely seeing some sacrifices being made in terms of the outcome card here being the Empress. Let's have a look at what the overall outcome is for your future card. Well, there you go, the Wheel of Fortune. So the overall outcome says that that's an amazing card to get in the overall outcome. There's some really brilliant breaks coming to you. There's some really good fortune coming to you. Showing the overall outcome is if you do this, this is what you get in the overall outcome. Okay. It could be that with the Queen of Cups, you're thinking about giving up something within your life in order to have health, vitality and happiness, Capricorn, with the Empress card. For some of you guys, you might be thinking about neglecting the Empress. So there might be somebody that you are looking to cut out here. Could be an Empress figure, doesn't have to be a female, can be male or female. Remember, the Empress can mean overindulgences as well. So you get this card when it shows up when you're doing too much shopping, or you are spending too much money in a certain area, or you're completely focusing on something that's quite superficial when you need to be going a lot deeper. Okay, so with the Queen of Cups, we know that she's not a particularly shallow figure. She's a very deep individual. So it could be deep thinking in order to give up the Empress. The Empress is a great card because it does represent wealth and abundance and prosperity, but it can also, with this card, represent the superficialities of life, and that we put too much of our time into what we look like, our clothing, our this, our that and the other. And it looks like here in the future area, or the running theme through the year, is making sacrifices in order to improve your own life. And this is a card of improvement, but sometimes with the Empress card it means that you're too focused on something, and the Four of Cups means I don't want it. It means rejection. So you might be rejecting the Empress. Maybe the Queen of Cups is saying I'm thinking of rejecting the Empress. And the Empress within us can also be very much a card about the ego. Okay, because she's very focused on the exterior within her life rather than the interior, more than anything else. And it says the overall outcome is you get some great changes coming in with that Wheel of Fortune, Capricorn. Some amazing changes happening within your world in terms of this area here. Let's have a look at what your wishes are for 2017. Well, the Sun, it's brilliant. Your wishes are for renewal practically in all areas of your life. Okay, I feel that in your career there is the wish for renewal, but I feel that fear for some of you guys might hold you back, which is why we've got the Hanged Man. If it's not fear holding you back with this, it could be that stability comes through a proposal that requires a major change or a major shift or a major upheaval. And it could be with this card, the overall outcome with the Hanged Man is making some sacrifices in 2017 in order to do that. Therefore, the wish is for renewal, the Sun card. Also, the wish with the Sun card can be in a leadership position. Um, we've also got here the home life situation, okay? And the Sun card says what your wish is for something really good to happen in terms of the home life. Again, it's a card of optimism, positivity when you get the Sun card. It can also be a card of enlightenment. So for some of you guys, if there is communication over a commitment future with that Three of Wands, it could be that your wish is, well, I want enlightenment on this situation. I just want the truth. I just want to know what the hell's going on. It can also mean if there's a child here. Page of Wands, a child. So King of Wands is the overall energy. Overall energy might be the partner who's dealing with this or something like that, because this isn't you. And it could be that this is around a child who needs guidance in the future, Three of Wands, or for their future, Three of Wands. Could be something to do with looking at the perfect school for a child, for example. And your wish will be the Sun, because what you want for the child in 2017 is for them to go from strength to strength to strength. So you need the best for them with that Sun card. If it's for somebody to come from abroad to see you, but they need a visa or something like that, again, the Sun card would say, well, your wishes and your hopes are for everything to end up positively. The Sun card can mean, I feel, in terms of your wishes in your love area, Capricorn, that, if there is any jealousy around a relationship with the Knight of Wands that's quite magical with that Magician card, that the wish will be that this turns into something long term, that this is going to be great, that this is going to be the best time of your life with the Sun card, with this individual. The Sun card, you can't go wrong with that card in the tarot. It's very, very positive, but again, it's multifaceted like every other card in the tarot, and represents enlightenment. Okay, and I feel that even if it's a relationship with somebody who's all talk, you'll still be wishing that maybe this will change, maybe this will, turn for the better. I feel in terms of your future or the running theme through the year, especially if it's anything to do with motherhood, the wish can be for a child with the, so it might be, this isn't you, but it might be that the energy is for some of you guys. I'm getting something like failed pregnancies or something happening here. Queen of Cups can be a nurse or a health person, somebody who works in holistic health, that type of thing. So it could be the Queen of Cups gives you an alternative, or gives alternative medicine, because you've tried everything else here and somebody's offering you something else. So it might be for some of you guys, you have tried something else with that Three of Cups in order to get pregnant. So it might be the Queen of Cups is giving you an alternative medicine in order to become pregnant with the Empress card, and therefore your wish will be for a child with that Sun card. So it could be something around the pregnancy, because you might have experienced 3 failed pregnancies here. We've got 3 in front here, but you've got 2 more tries, especially if it's something like IVF or something that you've going on, you've been trying. So it might be that you've had 3 failed pregnancies, and with the Two of Cups behind you, it says that, or 3 failed trials, and you've got 2 cups behind you here that you're not seeing, where you've got 2 more goes. So it could be that a health professional, Queen of Cups, gives you alternative medicine in order to become pregnant with the Empress card, Capricorn, in the year 2017. And your wish will be for the Sun that this does turn out well, and that you are able to conceive a child, because the Sun is often related to conception of a child, especially a baby boy. Let's have a look at the final card here and see what the overall outcome is for 2017 for you guys. Oh, the Tower. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Huge, huge, huge epiphanies, huge shifts coming in overall in all areas. And we've got the Tower here as well. When you get the Tower, but not the Tower, a major card that shows up in one of the life spread areas, and you get it in one in here, especially the overall outcome, it's got a very prominent message for you. In your career, it just seemed that the overall outcome is going to be a major shift that occurs with that Tower card, okay? I feel some of you guys might be a little bit afraid to go for it, because you've got the Hanged Man as the overall outcome here. It doesn't say you don't go for it, it just says you take that bit of time out, because your hands might be tied, it might be family, it might be that you have to kind of jiggle a lot around. It could be that there is major adjustments, surrendering to what's going on here, going with the flow. But there's major change, major shift coming in for some of you guys in terms of your careers, in terms of your personal situation. I feel that it could be, if it's in relation to this, that a big decision within the home, Four of Wands, leads to conflict within that Five of Wands. So the overall outcome is, shift within the family, potentially with these two cards, two areas here. But also, if you're waiting on a decision on a initial project that needs completion with that Five of Wands, could say that you get that the Tower card is the overall outcome. So suddenly, Tower doesn't always mean something bad, it just doesn't. It means that something that has been long standing for a long, it's like the Judgment card, Karma, needs to come about. Major shifts happening perhaps for some of you guys in relationships, especially if you haven't been in one in a long time. I'm seeing somebody here in relationships. The path might not be easy though, because you got that Five of Swords, it's the general energy. Um, Perhaps something about children, putting them in the best schools, that type of thing, in terms of your home life. If it's a marriage or a relationship, it might be that there's communication over a commitment in the future, or a committed relationship and its future. Three of Wands is future card. So it could be that there are some big, huge changes coming in terms of home life as well for some of you guys here. Most notably, though, if this is a pregnancy thing here, it could say that maybe this is your year for pregnancy. After all of the loss, or, the failed trials on IVF or whatever it is with that Five of Cups, that a health professional, Queen of Cups, will offer you alternative medicine, because this is, even though it doesn't look like an alternative to this person, because they think, oh, fuck it, I've tried this all before with those three cups, why do I want that one? It's just going to be the same. The Queen of Cups is offering an alternative for you to become pregnant, maybe with the Empress card. Your wish will be for the Sun, conception, that it does actually work out this time. And therefore the overall outcome is the Tower. Tower, sometimes we can read as, but because some of you guys might not trust this situation overall, could say, well, maybe you get a surprise here. Let's have a look at what the overall advice is for the year 2017, Capricorn. The Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles can be saying that you will receive help as advice card. You'll receive some form of help, assistance. It can also mean that you're going to be stable financially. I'm not seeing anything to worry about financially for a lot of you guys here. So this can also be the card of stability. You'll have a steady flow of finance, perhaps. It can also mean that there is going to be some travel to another location, because Knight of Pentacles is definitely a travel card. But it can also mean that there are slow but steady steps being taken to building some form of a future here in 2017, and you need to go with the flow with the Knight of Pentacles, because it's not a quick card. Really, this card, what it says is that, if you make slow but steady plans, they'll work out for the better. If you rush into things like the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords, it's more than likely going to blow out just as quickly. But to be cautious, to be, to work with the elements, to be slow, steadfast, to stay the course, that's the best way forward, because it means that you've covered all the bases, and you're more than likely going to have long-reaching success rather than short-term success. So I see the advice with the Knight of Pentacles for me is to take your time and to go steadily but surely towards your goals in 2017. Okay. For me also, I mean, the Knight of Pentacles can definitely be you, because it is a fire, an earth sign individual. Okay, so this to me says, if it's you guys, then it's to take everything in your stride, because that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. He's considered the dull and the boring knight, but he does take everything in his stride, and he does it for a reason, because he's not willing just to rush in like his counterparts, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, into anything. So the advice card for me with the Knight of Pentacles is not to rush into anything, but cover all bases, look at all areas, do your research properly. Look into the matter at hand in a proper way, and then move forward. But it's best not to rush into anything, especially in the love area, especially if somebody is all talk and no action. Don't go rushing into it. Some of you guys might want to just throw caution to the wind with the Fool card, but the advice is to take your time, because it's better to take your time rather than find that you're going to get hurt afterwards. Okay. The same thing I feel for, this area here and this area here. The advice is to take your time over making decisions as well around your lives in 2017. Okay, that is your reading, Capricorn. I would like to say thank you very much for joining me on Carol's Universe for your year ahead. live spread reading. And I will see you guys very shortly on your January love readings and also general reading. Take care.